Oh, it said trying to connect, but obviously it's connected. Let me just turn this a little bit. All right, hey, we are going to talk today about gratitude versus control. An interesting subject. And the first question is, why choose gratitude? Gratitude unleashes the freedom to live content in the moment, rather than being anxious about the future or regretting the past. A little to say about this book as we get into this. I was looking for my favorite book, Secrets of the Secret Place, as I'm getting ready to put together another band. And I use that to train for worship. And I came across this book and I thought, I don't need this book. I'm going to throw it out. And so I had it in a pile to throw away, and it just kept screaming at me. I thought, oh, okay, I'll open it up. And as I got to reading it, I went, whoa. Because somehow I had lost my spark. You know what I mean by spark? Yes. And I'm like, why? What is it? And I know last year I had a lot of health issues. So, I kind of felt sparkless in a way. But even after that, I'm like, what happened? Throughout life, the seasons of life, 20s, 30s, 40s, I'm going to stop there. A series of injustices, like everyone, right? They happen to us. Injustices, we're being done wrong. We make bad decisions. We're done wrong. And I always thought of myself as a grateful person, but I got into this book and I went, sheesh. So I'm glad I didn't throw it away. We're going to go back. Gratitude unleashes the freedom to live content in the moment. So it gets rid of that grinding, what if, or if only. Rather than being anxious about the future, which is the if only, and regretting the past. Okay, we're going to move on. This is a really interesting perspective that this guy has about gratitude. And when I first read it, I thought, that's really stupid. And then I applied it to my own life, and I started really getting some freedom in this area. So this guy, Matthew Henry, was accosted by robbers one time while living in London. And upon further reflection, as he wrote in his diary, further reflection of this horrible injustice that was done to him, he couldn't help but find something to be thankful for as a result of his misfortune. Now look at this. Let me be thankful first because I was never robbed before. Second, because although they took my purse, they did not take my life. Third, because although they took my all, it wasn't much. And fourth, because it was I who was robbed, not I who robbed. Now, I started doing this in my life, and I'm telling you, I got some freedom. What a perspective. There are so many scriptures in the Bible about gratitude and being thankful and singing praises to the Lord. Offer to God the sacrifice of thanksgiving, the psalmist wrote, and perform your vows to the Most High. Oh, give thanks to the Lord. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds among the people. Here's where the comparison between gratitude and control, I think, comes in. Because even when we think we are in control, and we do have some control over the smaller story, there's a larger story going on that we really don't have as much control as we think. And so when we give thanks to the Lord and we call upon his name, we're saying, hey, you are in control. You are the Lord of the breakthrough. I can't make all this happen. Yes, I do have some control. I get up, I brush my teeth. I decide to. The toothbrush doesn't fly out of my hand, and I don't wait for the toothbrush to come back to my hand. I have control over the smaller story. I decide things. But there's a much larger story that we really don't have control over. And that is why it's best to choose gratitude, because, and I'm going to go back and read the first thing, gratitude unleashes the freedom, say freedom, to live content in the moment, rather than being anxious about the future and regretting the past. How about being that person and living with people like that? Can you imagine every day? Yes, that's the culture we're trying to build in our home. Yes, and it starts with me. Let's read on. The Psalms are filled with exhortations to thank the Lord for his steadfast love, for his wondrous works to the children of man. The attitude of gratitude is a clear command and expectation of God. This theme runs through the entire book of Colossians. In the course of just a few pages, the apostle exhorts believers about being always thankful, abounding in thanksgiving, devoting themselves to prayer, being watchful in it with thanksgiving. And then, as if summing up this whole idea, Paul seals it, here we go, with one comprehensive, all-inclusive exclamation point. Whatever you do, whatever we do, in word or deed, do everything in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God, the Father, through him. I got this shirt the other day. Yeah, thankful. So if you're sitting down to dinner, be thankful. If you're getting up to go to bed, be thankful. If you're coming out from under a 2-week cold and cough, which a lot of people are, if you're paying bills, if you're cleaning up after overnight company, if you're driving to work, if you're changing a light bulb, if you're worshiping in a church service, if you're visiting a friend in the hospital, if you're picking up kids from school or practice, be thankful. God has commanded it for our good and for his glory. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to release control, and we're going to be grateful. Yes, because you, Lord, are the Lord of the breakthrough. Lord of the breakthrough. Lord of the breakthrough. You are the Lord of the breakthrough. We worship you. We worship you. Lord of the breakthrough. Lord of the breakthrough. You are the Lord of the breakthrough. Yes. We worship you. We worship you. Lord of the breakthrough. Lord of the breakthrough. You are the Lord of the breakthrough. We worship you. We worship you. Oh, we surrender. You are the Lord of the breakthrough. You are in control. Lord of the breakthrough. You are Lord of the breakthrough. And you are the Lord of the breakthrough. We worship you. We worship you. Hey, whatever it is, whatever might be keeping you from gratitude today, just release that control and give it to the Lord as an offering of thanksgiving. Yes. Ooh, beautiful Jesus. I trust you again. I trust you again. I choose to trust you in the middle of the injustice, in the middle of the bad decision. You are in control. You're watching over my soul. So catch me up in your story. Offer you for your glory. Catch me up in your story. Jesus, it didn't happen. I say I'm a better person because you didn't let that happen, Lord. I thank you for who I am today because of what that injustice and that pain brought about in my life. Catch me up in your story, all for you, for your glory. Catch me up in your story. Take me out of myself. Take me out of myself. Out of my selfishness. Out of my self-controlling attitude, oh God. Catch me up in your story. I think through some of the injustices and pains in life, I know I became overly self-protective. And before I wasn't self-protective enough, so there was a balance, but I became so self-protective, trying to order every little thing in my life and get it all just take back what the devil stole type attitude. And that's where I lost my spark. It came to me this week. It's like, yes. So I'm thankful for opportunities to give back. And I'm lowering down the wall of self-protection that was a little too high. And I'm surrendering again. Would you join me in that this weekend? That we would be grateful. Choose gratefulness over control. So I guarantee when we start to feel that bitterness or that ungrateful heart, it's because there's something we want that we're angry about or something of the like. I don't know, just explore that thought. Let's go ahead and press in again to the beauty of the Lord. Lord of the breakthrough, Lord of the breakthrough, you are the Lord of the breakthrough. We worship you, 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 we worship you. We worship you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. We worship you for who you are. Not because of what you've done. We worship you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. We worship you for who you are, for who you are, for who you are. Beautiful Savior, glorious God, sitting on the throne, shining like lightning, like a rainbow, crystalline brightness. You are in control, beautiful Savior, glorious one, shine like the sun. Glorious one, shine like the sun. Out of the throne come flashes of lightning, thunder, your glory, your power, your majesty. Speaking of your greatness, demonstrating how you rule, you reign. You rule, you reign. You rule, you reign with power and lightning. Yeah. You rule, you reign. How great you are. You rule, you reign. How great you are. You rule and reign. How great you are. How great you are. you see him? Can you see his glory? Look into his eyes, look into his face. Holy, 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 holy. You are holy, holy. Oh, there's none like you, Jesus. There's none like you, God. No Father any better than you, Father. No Father any more fair than you, Father. You are good. You are good. You are good. Catch me up in your story, all for you, for your glory. Catch me up in your story. I wanna be like you. I wanna be like you. Let me surrender and not self-protect, God. Take me where you want. Use me how you want. Catch me up. Catch me up in your story. All for you, for your glory. I see the Lord. I see his glory. I can feel his warm embrace. I see the Lord. Can you see him? I see his glory as I look into his face, and my heart is changed as you rearrange, working all things for my good. And I will gladly yield, no matter how I feel. 'Cause in your presence, Lord, on my knees I fall. In your presence, Lord, on my knees I fall. Holy Lord, consume me with your fire, the fire of your embrace. As I look into your face, I'm in awe, I'm in awe, I'm in awe, and I am changed by the power of your gaze. It's hard to stop this one. So this weekend, let's work together and agree together to choose gratitude over control. There's something not going our way, something we've been believing for a long time that we're not seeing. Let's not become bitter. Again, let's hold each other accountable. Let's choose surrender and gratefulness. Like the story I read in the beginning, the guy that was robbed. It's like, at least they didn't take my life. And at least I wasn't the one robbing. Look for that beautiful piece of gold in the midst of the rubble, because it's there. And if you can't see it, God is so good. Ask him to show it to you. He did it for me. He'll do it for you. So God, this weekend, would you show us the gold in the midst of the rubble? And teach us to walk in gratefulness so that we are free to do your work in this earth and not consumed with selfishness and self-desire. That's it for today, guys. We'll see you next week. Be grateful. Keep on praising. Bye.